on their updated website by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
At Land of Lincoln Credit Union, you can bank on learning more. Find out how they can help you and your family with their products and services by clicking their banner ad on top of the police blotter page of TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
WTIM. Good morning, WTIM, your information station. Leroy Clamola here with you this morning on this gorgeous morning, and it is our morning show brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where we put people first. And Landmark of Taylorville, you always do better at Landmark. And joining me this morning are our two guests this morning, Martin Voda, Randall J. Miller, talking to us a little bit about Kiwanis Club. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning, Leroy, and we are here. I'm wearing my Kiwanis hat. For those of you watching the video, I know I don't physically have a hat on, but just considering that it's virtual. But we're wearing our Kiwanis hats today. Both of us are members of the Taylorville Kiwanis Club, and we have a big deal going on this Saturday from 8:30 until noon in front of our Miller Media Group studios in Taylorville, and that is another opportunity for the community to help support the Taylorville Kiwanis Club. And Martin has been a longtime member, longtime secretary of the Kiwanis Club. And Martin, let's kind of do the backstory on how this all got started, because it got started during COVID.
Yes, it did. And I believe there was some directive from our Kiwanis leadership out of the international and in the district that kind of gave us the idea of doing something that we could do to benefit the community during the COVID crisis that would keep us from actually being hand in hand and face to face with people. And with that thought, I got to give Miller Media and yourself, Randy, a pat on the back, because you came up with the idea and presented it to the Kiwanis Club that maybe we could do the drive-through food pantry donations, and it has been just a substantial success. I think there are better days than others when we do this, but that's expected. The monetary donations are always a plus, and once we get the word out there and people know that this is going on, we definitely have made a difference in what the food pantry recipients are having an option to select from their food selections.
I know in visiting with Amy Hagan, who is a co-director of the food pantry, the Kiwanis Club, what the efforts the Kiwanis Club have made in these drive-through donation days has enabled the Kiwanis Club to be the top civic organization in the community in terms of total pounds raised. Now, that includes taking monetary donations and then turning that into pounds of food. And the food pantry can take $1 and turn it into a whole lot of pounds of food. And it's been because of the turnout from the Taylorville community that we've been able to do this to where the Kiwanis Club the last 3 years has been the top organization to raise money, raise food in pounds for the food pantry, and that just shows the generosity of this community.
You're absolutely right. As we continue to move forward with this program and project, I know we started out to where, and correct me if I'm wrong, but we started out where we're doing it like every week, every weekend, or every other weekend, and it is basically was a I don't want to say a burden on the community and those who listen, but it was maybe too much too soon, and in your efforts to back off on that a little bit and get things restructured, I think it's been a great benefit, because now when we do have the tent and the truck sitting out in front of the studios here, we seem to be getting the truck a little bit more filled than we used to. So I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, we started out doing all the Saturdays in May, July, and September. And about 3 years ago, we went to 2 weekends in May, July, and September. One of those weekends is this Saturday. This is the second Saturday that the Kiwanis Club is doing it in front of our studios. And it starts off, setup is at 8:30, and then we kick things off at 9, and it goes until noon. And Bella Sally, who's our Kiwanis president, along with Cheryl Van Dyke from our club.
Mhm.
Will both be out there asking for your non-perishable food or financial contributions, large or small, and we hope that you'll keep them busy by stopping by and donating goodies. This is the last Saturday that we'll be doing it in May, because it is the last Saturday in May. Then there'll be a couple of Saturdays in July and again in September. And I think in front of you, you have a list of goodies. Is that right? If you want some ideas on what non-perishable food can you bring, you're going to be grocery shopping on a Saturday morning anyway. Throw some of this stuff in the cart, bring it by, and give it to Bill and Cheryl, and you'll be doing a great service for the food pantry. Martin, hit us with some of those items that when people are shopping on Saturday, they can throw in their cart and bring it by here.
Well, of course, as you know, any canned item is going to be accepted. I mean, especially you take your vegetables. Let's say, and I hate to use brand names, but Denny Moore beef stews. It's something you can put on the shelf and sit there for a while. Anything that you could place on the shelf and be able to come back 2, 3, 4 weeks later and be able to put that on the stove or go open it up and put it in a bowl, mix it with milk. I think that's something that would be acceptable. I went online and looked at the Taylorville Food Pantry, and just to see what they had out there, and it was an interesting web page, and everybody should take a look at it. Just do a search on Taylorville Food Pantry, and I believe they're associated with the Taylorville Ministerial Association.
They're an arm of the Taylorville Ministerial Association.
And that is brought out on their web page. So it's a good thing to know these things, because it's a group effort to help the community. But anyway, they have your crackers, your canned meats, your canned vegetables, boxed dinners like Hamburger Helper. That's another one they had on their list. But just continuing going down the line, any snack items that are sealed in packages. It's my favorite, tuna. It's in a can. You can sit there and make that in so many ways and mix it with so many things. And
salmon patties. I love salmon patties.
Salmon patties are good. And then you have tuna casserole. That's a very simple one to make. Yeah. And of course, I always throw a little extra in on that when I make mine. But anyway, there are so many. There's a vast amount of food that can be presented and given to the Taylorville Food Pantry. And like you said, Saturday is going to be an excellent time for everybody to gather around the pickup truck in front of the studios, and let's see if we can get it filled this time all the way.
Martin Voda is with us, and of course I'm Randall J. Miller, and we're wearing our Taylorville Kiwanis Club hats today to help promote our Kiwanis Drive-Through Donation Day, which is taking place to benefit the food pantry. Setup is at 8:30, and then they'll officially begin at 9. But if you bring something by between 8:30 and 9, I don't think they're going to turn it down without any problem. This community, again, has just been so generous in both the monetary donations and in the food. And in the years that I have coordinated this and have had many Kiwanis members come through this, what amazes me is the people that come by with $50 bills and $100 bills. They're anonymous. They just want to benefit the food pantry. They want to help the community, and they'll just drop a $100 bill by and just say, hey, this is for food pantry, and just drive away. That's the kind of community Taylorville is.
We have a giving community. I've been here all my life, basically. And every time you turn around, there is somebody there willing to help those who are less fortunate. I myself, I feel that is a Christian right thing to do, is those who are less fortunate should be allowed to accept from those who are more beneficial. So the food pantry in many ways is a blessing to the community. You hear negatives about it from some people, you hear positives, but I'll guarantee the positives outweigh the negatives with the Taylorville Food Pantry.
Yeah, very much so. We'll talk about the need on the other side of the break coming up here in a minute, because if you don't think there is a need, we're going to share with you some information on why there is a need and why we know there is a need in terms of the Kiwanis Club. And again, we're here. That's Martin Voda, and I'm Randall J. Miller. We're here to promote this Saturday's Taylorville Kiwanis Club drive-through donation day to benefit the food pantry, taking place from 9 until noon. Setup is in front of our studios beginning at 8:30. And as I say, if you bring something by between 8:30 and 9, non-perishable food or a financial contribution, I'm sure they won't turn it down. More to come with Martin and myself on the WTIM Morning Show.
You're listening to the WTIM Morning Show, brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where we put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better at Landmark.
Your information station, WTIM.
Listen for Taylorville Tornado Baseball, Softball, and Little League games on New Country 104.1 and stream live on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. You'll hear selected boys baseball, girls softball, and Little League games brought to you by
Blakely Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Taylorville Community Eye Care, and the senior citizens of Christian County, all in Taylorville.
The purple and gold are coming your way. The Taylorville Tornadoes are gonna do it today.
Coming to the Christian County Ag Fair in Taylorville Friday, July 18th at 7 p.m. It's country superstar Clay Walker.
What you gonna do?
Clay Walker, Friday, July 18th at 7 p.m. at the Christian County Ag Fair. Opening for Walker is Casey Donahue with 21 number one singles and selling out venues nationwide.
Talking about the good times.
Get your tickets now for Clay Walker and Casey Donahue at ChristianCountyFair.com. That's ChristianCountyFair.com.
Your locally owned Scooters Coffee at routes 29 and 104 in Taylorville are proud to be the exclusive sponsor of the WTIM Tornado Give Back promotion. Scooters Coffee will donate the following to the Taylorville Sports Boosters. For each Tornado varsity football touchdown, they're donating $10. For each three-point shot in varsity Tornado boys and girls basketball games, they're donating $3. And $5 for each home run scored by varsity baseball and softball team. The 22 local Scooters Coffee Taylorville, thank you for your business. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
I'm Will Perkins, President and CEO of the Taylorville Community Credit Union. TCCU is proud to be the exclusive sponsor of the Miller Media Group Community Spotlight, allowing a different nonprofit organization to be highlighted on WTIM, WMKR, and WRAN each month.
I am Terry Baker, Chairman of the Lincoln Prairie Trails Conservancy, a 501c3 founded to repair, maintain, promote, enhance, and expand the Lincoln Prairie Trail. Partnering with the communities of Taylorville, Pana, and Awanako, nonprofits, donors, and non-governmental groups, we have been able to make many enhancements and repairs. Find us on the web at LincolnPrairieTrailsConservancy.com and Facebook at Lincoln Prairie Trails Conservancy. We hope to see you on the trail.
This is Cammie Payne, General Manager of the Miller Media Group. We, along with TCCU, are proud to bring you the Community Spotlight each month.
TCCU is proud to be the exclusive sponsor of the Miller Media Group Community Spotlight. Come join us. You'll wonder why you waited. Member NCUA.
Central Illinois Truck Service is growing thanks to you. Owner Perry Stanfa here. Our new service manager, Jeremy Peters, and our certified technicians will keep your semi-truck engine rolling. Click my icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
SIU Family Medicine wants the best health for you and your family. Be a champion. Protect your loved ones. The SIU Center for Family Medicine of Taylorville is accepting new patients. Click their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com to schedule your appointment.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back to WTIM, your information station here for our morning show, brought to you by Landmark of Taylorville. You always do better at Landmark and People's Bank and Trust, where we put people first. Joining us this morning is Martin Voda, Randall J. Miller with the Kiwanis Club, talking to us about the drive-through donation day that will take place this Saturday.
From 8:30 until noon. Well, actually, it's 9 until noon. Setups at 8:30, and then they'll never turn down if somebody wants to bring something by.
If they're early, it's welcome.
They'll take it. Absolutely, they'll take it.
Set up and everything.
There you go. Yeah, to stop by and help set up, or you give us a can of green beans or a financial contribution. We were talking before the break about the need. And I can tell you, between hearing Amy Hagan and Pam Moses, the co-directors of the Taylorville Food Pantry, on a regular basis, as well as just driving by the food pantry whenever they are distributing food, not only is the need there, but the need is greater than it ever has been.
And you're absolutely right, Randy. When you drive by the pantry when they're opening, and they have everybody looking to have some assistance. I mean, you've got cars lined up for quite some distance, both down Main Cross Street and then of course I can't remember the little road there that comes in by the side of it toward the driver's license facility. Now everybody knows where we're located because everybody knows where the driver's license facility is. Everybody's wanting to get their their new ID,
the real ID.
The real ID. Like, I've been using a fake ID for how many years now? But anyway, it's easy to find, easy to get to. But try to get there early if you have the need to go. Otherwise, you might be waiting in line. The way the food is distributed, it's first come, first serve. And you might not get the selection you want if you're late, but there will be something there for you.
Absolutely.
Your family will greatly appreciate your time, your efforts, and the community's efforts in getting this food to you and on the table.
Part of the need is because of and everybody's seeing this, and everybody can blame whatever on it, but it really started with COVID and the supply chain, but the inflation and the food prices at the grocery store just continue to go up, and $1 just doesn't go as far as it did before, and there's why a lot of families are in need of taking advantage of the food pantry services, the non-perishable food that they provide, and on occasion they have perishable food that they can distribute as well. So that's why we as a Kiwanis Club want to help the food pantry all we can, and that starts with you and your monetary donations and your non-perishable food. To donate this Saturday at the Kiwanis Drive-Thru Donation Day in front of our studios here at 918 East Park from 9 a.m. till noon. Set up here at the station is at 8:30. So if you want to drop something off between 8:30 and 9, they will not turn you down. This is part of service that the Kiwanis Club does. And we were at Kiwanis Park Tuesday night for our scholarship picnic, and I saw the sign going into Kiwanis Park, "We build," it said on that sign, and that park was established in 1995, and that has just been a huge blessing for the whole community. But to me, what the Kiwanis Club does for the food pantry and our drive-thru donation days is another way to help build the community. Martin, I know you've been a secretary of our Kiwanis Club a long time and a member for a long time. Give us a big picture on why the Kiwanis Club does things like this that's going to take place here on Saturday, and what does the Kiwanis Club do for the community?
So you throw a curve at me, Randy. I'm not ready for Randy. Overall, the Kiwanis Club is one of the few surviving civic organizations that support communities and youth. The focus of the Kiwanis is focused on youth and community, and the Taylorville Club has been focused on youth and community since 1954. And we could go back, and I've got a lot of history on our club, but with that said, I don't have time to give it all to you. But we do have a lot of things going on. They've participated in all kinds of things. We do fundraisers, focus mainly on the community and the youth. And we have several different levels of membership. If anybody would be interested, it's very easy to become a member. If you can't get a hold of me, get a hold of Randy at the radio station. We'll definitely get you some sort of information on how to move forward with that. Anyway, Randy, I think the greatest thing we've done right now is covered this organization and the food pantry and how we're all tied together for the betterment of the community. Miller Media Group has been just astronomical in working with us on this, and we greatly thank you for that.
You're very welcome. And this is just one of the many things that Kiwanis says. I love working Pancake and Sausage Day. That's one of the biggest fundraisers Kiwanis does, and the money from that and from our radiothon that we do over on our sister station WRAN, where Kiwanis Club members go out and sell sponsorships and a day of broadcasting, and then the members come in and deliver the announcements. All of that money gets put back into the community with Coats for Kids, with Kiwanis Park. That's a big one. Scholarships. We just presented two $1,000 scholarships to a couple of high school kids at our scholarship picnic on Tuesday evening, supporting YMCA scholarships. There are a number of areas where the Kiwanis Club takes the money that it raises every year and puts it back into the community, specifically for children and youth. And our Saturday effort is another example of that. Martin, thank you for joining me, especially at last minute, and thanks for all you do for the club and for our community.
Well, thank you, Randy, for asking me. I'm happy to be here, and just keep in mind we also support Key Club and Builders Club within the community.
Thank you for plugging those.
Some financial commitments there.
Future Kiwanians.
Absolutely.
Yep. That's Martin Voda with the Taylorville Kiwanis Club, and I'm Randall J. Miller, reminding you to once again join us this Saturday from 9 until noon in front of our studios at 918 East Park. It's the Kiwanis Drive-Thru Donation Day for the Taylorville Food Pantry, benefiting our local children and youth. And thank you.
WTIM, your information station.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. The White House is appealing a federal trade court's ruling that blocks President Trump's tariffs. Elon Musk's time has come. He's stepping down as head of the Department of Government Efficiency. Thanking President Trump, Musk says